Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back again. You know, it really bothers me when I observe social media and the news and they are repeating stuff that is ugly that happens from this current administration, the conduct of Congress, and the people at large. And I listen, and it seems as if I keep hearing these same complaints, especially when it comes down to the president. I keep hearing these same complaints over and over, year after year, the same complaints, and they're getting worse and worse and worse. And then you think about the United States of America, this great nation, with all of these wonderful, magnificent people in it, men with all kind of degrees and certifications and accolades for greatness that they have been able to manifest. You're talking about scientists who are, way out there. Presidents of universities and lawyers and prosecutors and judges and business people. We got what you call the best doctors and got the best. And you're reminded that there could have been even perhaps greater representation amongst our human population, but many of them have been killed for one reason or another. Some in battles, some in wars, some just for standing up, some for being the wrong color. All of these kinds of things happen. And yet we brag ourselves about a system of laws and the Constitution of the United States, which is all of this and all of that. So much better than those systems of government whose constitutions fall under the guidelines of communism and socialisms and dictatorships and all these other kind of things you can come up with. All of that, ladies and gentlemen. And then on top of that, 400 years of oppressing of people. And because of that, probably is what has made them so vulnerable to what is happening to them now. Because one man comes on the scene, walks into this great institution called the United States of America and is bringing it to his knees. Goes through it with the intent on destroying every institution that is established, every fundamental thing that represents America and America's institutions, what it's all about. Go in talking that trash. And anybody who doesn't like it, make them so mad they resign or fire them because they won't carry out his orders. And then bring in some more babies who say, yes, master, looking for a master. And he brings them in. And all of this is happening year after year. And it gets worse and worse. And I think about the nation took down Kennedy and his brother. The nation took down Malcolm and Dr. King, Medgar Evers, and so many others, just killing people because they didn't like their philosophy. They didn't like their politics. They didn't like what they stood for. And you sit back with a great hope. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about your hope. You remember when you need Kelly to be the chief of staff, going to keep the president in order, going to run things. He was glad to get out of that hellhole. And everybody that seems to get around this man that might have a little bit of decency around him, they're glad to get out of that hellhole. And he loves it. He loves it because every time somebody leaves, he's replaced with a baby looking for a mommy. And all the while, the nation is sinking down. And I'm still hearing these complaints. Hearing these complaints. And the nation is hoping, just hoping, that when they hope that Mullen would be able to shine the light on the evilness of this man, the people would wake up and take him down. And that didn't work. All of the evidence was there, but it still didn't work. Now this man has set up the Supreme Court, stacked it, so all kinds of laws can change. Ladies and gentlemen, all because for 400 years we oppressed the lives of people. And we got all confused. And now, right now, when we are being taken to our knees, there's nothing that appears that we can do about it but hope that in the election of 2020, that he is beaten. If there is an election. He's working on a plan not to have an election. That's what he and his partners are talking about. But that is your hope, that you can beat him like that. Your hope was in Miss Clinton. Now you're hoping Joe Biden. And the American people, please, please, for those who have been suffering, for those who have been going through the pains, living in a world that's prejudiced towards them, in thinking about what the Master has prepared for us, and as one group of people that interferes with that and empowered by people who are good but do nothing. Woo-wee. Well, this is the year. But this is a sad thing, ladies and gentlemen. I know you just want to beat Trump. And you think an established political entity like the Democratic Party has a better chance than anything else that people at this point in time don't even know anything about. And so you're trying to make sure that you focus on the fact that Biden isn't Trump. And these little crazy things that Trump is doing to try to make himself look good to his constituents, for Biden to come around and counter that with a little nicety to show that he is more like you than Trump. And all of you people who've been suffering, I hope you don't buy that stuff. I hope you don't buy into that at all. That's a sucker's move. That attitude has nothing to do with God. That attitude is a representation, and I don't care if you get mad, of the same thing that Trump is following, the same thing that Trump is listening to. There's no difference. One is just in a hurry, and the other one is slowing around. And ladies and gentlemen, there's only one way of escape. You either join that devil, or you join what's right. And the only thing is right is what God designed. So, Matters, and all you guys who are constitutionalists, and who agree with the Constitution, and all of that. But if that Constitution does not offer for every American citizen life and the pursuit of happiness and joy of life and fulfillment of dreams, I'm just going to say those same things that I mentioned earlier. These are inalienable rights. These are rights that human beings, as being in a body on earth, in America, have been prepared for. And the only thing that's stopping it is ignorance. Yeah, I guess that's a good term. So, you will have a chance to express it. As I said, this is 400 years, this is 2020, and this is Judgment Day. You have seen all of this evil exposed before your very eyes. Don't you know Trump say he tell a lie? You hear, you got to say it's the truth. You see him do something that's wrong, you got to pretend like it's not seen. And you do that's what Trump people do. That's what evil does. That's what the liar does. But if you try to close your eyes and act like you didn't see it, then you just might well jump on that wagon with them, because it's your weight that carries them over. But the truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, that ship is sinking as well. There's only one that's rising to the end of time, and that is the righteous one. And what is that? That is love for others as you have for yourself, or love for others as you would want God to love you. That means you be God as best you can to everybody else. Now, having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so very much for giving me this your time. Till next time, goodbye.